Welcome to AG's Ace. Elections in India by and large throw up some very interesting characters. This time in the Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections, there is a very interesting character in the form of young Dalit leader Chandrashekhar Azad Ravan. Who is he? Chandrashekhar Azad Ravan's description is very interesting, and I want to read that out because nothing can match that. He has established himself, and I quote, as a Dalit icon, and he's known for his style. Azad does something more. His style is ostentatious. It rejects docility, minimalism, and discretion. It is not quietly elegant, but emphatically flamboyant. It flaunts Ray-Bans alongside homespun, replaces hipster beards with the twirled tash. It is Azadi with swag. This is an excellent description of a young leader in a modern time, and it is truly Azadi with swag, as we will gradually find out in this take. So there are two questions. Who is Chandrashekhar Azad? Why is he being talked about as the next big thing in Dalit politics? And above all, why is he contesting from the Gorakhpur urban seat against none other than the current UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath? So there is a line of reasoning and there is an explanation for all the three questions. So Chandrashekhar Azad has been given the name tag of Ravan by his followers. He is a lawyer and Dalit Bahujan rights activist. He is a self-professed Ambedkarite. He is the co-founder and national president of the Bhim Army. And very interestingly, Time magazine in February 2021 had featured him in its list of 100 emerging leaders who are shaping the future. He was born in Chutmalpur in Saharanpur district in UP. So he and two of his friends, they formed the Bhim Army in 2014, and that is an organization that works for the emancipation of Dalits. It runs free schools for Dalits in western Uttar Pradesh. Their focus is on that. This wing was later, it got another add-on, and that was in the form of the Azad Samaj Party, Kanchiram, and it was launched on 15 March 2020. So that became the political wing. Now, there are a lot of questions being raised as to why Chandrashekhar Azad Ravan is contesting against Yogi. Everybody knows he's going to lose, and what are the triggers that has made him choose? I'll give you quite a few interesting pointers. Firstly, whenever a political rookie takes on a very big name, there are some obvious benefits, and those benefits are in the following. One, that person's brand value increases. There is a lot of media attention. The media strobe lights are on that person. You get a vehicle, and more so in this day and age of digital media, of traditional media, of TV channels, you being incessantly interviewed. So suddenly, overnight, that person becomes very important, and that the branding changes dramatically. And if you happen to be contesting against Yogi, well then you can do a 10x or a 15x or any amount of x's, but the fact is that the brand value increases tremendously. There is also a very interesting anecdote that I have, which obviously is a comparison to what Chandrashekhar Azad Ravan is doing now. In 1987, VP Singh was contesting from Allahabad, which is now Prayagraj. Against him was Kanchiram, then not such a well-known leader, but a prominent Dalit leader. A couple of my friends from Lucknow had gone to Allahabad, and they interviewed Kanchiram. Out of those four friends of mine, one of them happened to be a Brahmin. So it was fine till the three identified themselves. The moment the fourth person identified his name, his surname denoted the fact that he was a Brahmin. Kanchiram went into a rant. He went into a tizzy, and then he also said that he explained why Brahmins at that particular time had given a bad name to the whole political system. They had taken over the bureaucracy. There was suppression of Dalits. My friends tried to reason with him, but Kanchiram had to say what he did. But coming to the point, the interesting part also was they asked him that, why are you contesting against VP Singh when you know you're going to lose? Kanchiram said that this is the perfect time for me to get good media, and I'm going to get it. It is going to change my branding, and hopefully my message will go across. And that is exactly what happened in that campaign. Of course, VP Singh won. So this scenario is likely to play out again in the Gorakhpur urban seat. And another aspect that arises is that Chandrashekhar Azad Ravan, he had tried for an alliance with Akhilesh Yadav of the Samajwadi Party, and things went sour because Azad basically said that he wanted anything between 23 to 25 seats all over UP. That did not happen. Finally, Akhilesh in his own style offered him 2 seats. That completely broke down the communication, and it annoyed Chandrashekhar Azad no end. He hasn't forgotten that. Azad also gives a couple of interesting reasons as to why he can win from Gorakhpur urban. Some of it has got to do with the poll plank. I'm not going to get into that. But one of the interesting references he makes is about the fact that people of Gorakhpur, and I quote him, will repeat the history of 1971 when they defeated a sitting chief minister. What happened then was that the references to the Congress O leader Tribhuvan Narayan Singh, who was from Varanasi, and he took oath as the chief minister in October 1970. He was not an MLA then. He contested a bypoll from the seat of Maniram in Gorakhpur in 1971 and lost. He was forced to resign. Now, looking at the Gorakhpur urban seat numbers quickly, very interestingly, the Bahujan Samaj Party of Behenji has been a consistent second runner-up on this seat in the last 3 assembly elections. In fact, in 2017, BSP secured 11% votes, and in 2012, it got a 14% vote share. Azad is eyeing the same vote share as BSP. Of course, Yogi has been working on the Dalit vote bank in Gorakhpur, but that's another story. Azad Ravan's attempts as a challenger can be explained quickly in 2 ways. One is he wants to push the interests of his own base and solidify his own position, and 2, project himself as an alternative of Mayawati. But here he has not said anything against Mayawati. He has kept very, very quiet and has refrained from making any direct comments against Mayawati. In Azad's case, his backstory is linked to Kanchiram, and also the fact remains is that he realizes that there is a huge disconnect between what Mayawati has been trying to do and with what a young breed of generation of Dalits they want for their future in the form of education, jobs, a better life. And that is where Behenji's story has gone horribly wrong. Of course, she has played a very muted campaign. Surveys are saying she may not even get 15 seats, might be even less. But above all, she has opened up a gap, and which is what in a business parlance is known as a need gap. And this is exactly where Chandrashekhar Azad Ravan has parachuted into. He knows there is a space. This is the right time. This is the right moment to move forward. And that is exactly what Chandrashekhar Azad is doing, keeping an eye on Gen Next of the Dalits. Thanks for watching.